I think the church does not only exist to ensure that we go to heaven and to know Christ, but the church also has a responsibility for the whole human being. And by the whole human being, we mean the body, the soul, and the spirit. When you talk about the body, you are talking about the physical well-being, and the soul is the emotional well-being, and then we talk about the spiritual well-being. So the church looks at the complete person, and it is in that matter point that we also have to be interested, indeed, and we are interested in the socio-economic situation of members, and that requires that we empower our members to be economically viable. That means that one of the main is empowering, especially the young people, with education. And so many churches have a scholarship funds, because when you educate people, we empower them. Secondly, we need to create the platform for members to express their gifts and what they can do, the entrepreneurial capability. So for example, that our church, Foursquare Gospel Church, last year, we did a business fair where whatever you have produced, come and showcase it, and let's create market and let's network. And I think there are many good things that are happening within, and we should provide the platform. But in addition to the platform, we should also learn to patronize products from our own. It's two or three gathered, God is there. It's important. But two or three gathered also means money is there, that there are opportunities for people to buy, for people to sell. And we should encourage that, so that you have money circulating. If I need salt and you have you have salt, you need shirt, and I have the shirt, then you buy from me, I also buy for you. But the money still is within us. Then we need to encourage such ventures where we can also encourage partnership, that people have ideas, they come together, they can incubate ideas for businesses. And the last thing I'll say is mentoring. We have some Christians who are doing very well in their in business and other areas. They have to bring especially the young people, up so that they also can grow. The more we have people flourishing, the more resources come to the church, and the more we can spread the gospel. So it's very important, and especially in this current dispensation where, for example, unemployment is high. I mean, you can't preach the gospel to somebody on an empty stomach. So we need the economic empowerment, and we need to support people to be empowered to function holistically in the environment. I would say that when it comes to mentoring, everybody, like we talked about discipleship, mentoring is an aspect of discipleship. So everybody should be a discipler. Everybody should be involved in raising somebody up. So it's not just a pastor. And because a pastor may be more skewed towards ministry, they may be raising people for pastors. But it's not everybody who will be a pastor in the church. Somebody will be a pastor in the business place. Somebody will be a pastor in the marketplace. So we need people who would raise them. So a successful market woman should be able to raise another person who desires to also sell. A successful accountant should be able to raise somebody, and that should be so that we are all multiplying or duplicating ourselves within. Then we find that everybody is growing. And when it comes to that, if you are mentoring somebody, you need patience. Just as Jesus had patience with his disciples. Whereas Peter messed up, they showed lack of faith, but Jesus never threw them away. He had patience with them, and after 3 years, they could stand on their feet and face the world. So when it comes to men, you need lots of patience. That's why we are called shepherds. A shepherd will have patience on the sheep. because the sheep does not know what the shepherd do. So that's what we need to do. And we patiently nurture, correct, guide, instruct till Christ is formed in the person and the character forms. It may take years, but that's what I would say. We can't give up on the next generation. We can't give up on them, because whether we like it or not, we will leave the scene. Whether you like it or not, a time will come, we will go. And whether the next generation likes it or not, they will take up leadership. So leadership comes whether you are prepared for it or not. So if any present leader is looking beyond his time, then we have to be patient with the next generation and make sure that we prepare them such that they are ready to face the challenges of their time and to overcome and get the church to be as stronger than ever. It's a responsibility which we can't postpone to a next generation. If you don't raise the generation well, they will suffer. So it's a responsibility that we cannot shirk, when we need to sacrifice our time, sacrifice resources, and sacrifice our impatience to make sure that tomorrow's generation are well prepared for their time. The stairs upstairs to wherever you desire, there's no shortcut. The staircase up in the journey of life, there are no lifts for it. You need to be patient. You need to be persistent. You need to persevere. You need to be courageous. You need to have a never giving up attitude. And one of the things that is important in that is success is not an end in itself. And success is not the primary thing in life. Who you are becoming is the most important thing. And so the challenges that we go through in this life, they shape us to become who we are supposed to be. So if we focus on what to build the house, building, then you are not looking at success. True success is who you have become after you have gone through this life. And that must be our focus instead of the material things, the houses. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Some of us, our children don't even want to stay in our homes. And we have seen many, many buildings that their owners died and they are dilapidated because there's nobody. So if you don't invest in the next generation, you build a big mansion and the one who is coming cannot keep it. You build a big church, you don't raise anybody. The one who's come cannot keep the congregation, and you haven't done anything. That's why mentoring is important. But for those coming, patience is the key. Keep at your goal. Have a godly vision for your life. Be prepared to go through the process, because the process must be completed. If you worked in a factory before, at every stage, things must happen. You can't take the raw material. I worked in a manufacturer, they manufacture soap. You can't take the palm oil and then get key soap out of it. It's not possible. It must go through process. And life is designed like that. Some of the process will make you uncomfortable, but it's part of it. Some of it will be easy. It's part of it. But at the end, you'll come out finished, well-grounded, well-stable, and you can handle success. Success is very powerful. Success in an immatured and unprepared life can be destructive. Can be destructive unless you are well-grounded in God and have gone through that, and your character is being formed in the image of Christ. Then the success, you can handle it. Otherwise, what you cry for, you get it, can have a very serious impact on you. So I will encourage everybody, let us learn to go through process. Don't short circuits. What you have to learn it. Don't think that a shortcut would be better. Because in the learning, you are looking at who you are becoming. And failure is part of learning for you to become who you are supposed to be. So please be patient, young man, young woman, and go through the process of life. God bless you.